I also want to talk about Golden State. Golden State Golden State lost 2 games in Sacramento. They game 3, of course, we know Draymond Green wasn't playing, and Golden State ultimately won. They destroyed the Kings. There were a couple things that I saw in this game that I liked about Golden State, and there were a couple things that I still am very concerned when we talk about Golden State. They ultimately won game 3, I believe, by like 23, 24 points or something like that. Now, of course, Draymond Green not being there definitely affected their defense. But it didn't, of course. Golden State was able to overcome the crowd. They fed into the crowd. Steph Curry had, I think, 34, 30, maybe 36 points. It was a good game all around. Even though, again, let me talk about the things that I did like. I like the fact that you were out Draymond Green and Gary Payton II didn't play. Andrew Wiggins played really well. Dante DiVincenzo was probably the biggest reason why they won the game outside of Steph Curry. Dante DiVincenzo was huge when we talk about, his on-ball defense, when we talk about his offensive rebounds, when we talk about his tip-ins, when we talk about his offense. And let me not forget about Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney went crazy. He had 20 rebounds. Now, we know Kevon Looney, he's never really been the scorer. He had 4 points, but those 20 rebounds was huge. And those 20 rebounds, especially, I think he had damn near 10 offensive rebounds. They were big. And those offensive, especially as we know in the NBA in general, but especially with Golden State, if you allow them to get offensive rebounds, you're going to lose the game. That's just how it's going to happen. So I do think Dante DiVincenzo and Kevon Looney were probably the MVP, outside of Steph Curry, were probably the MVPs of the game. And I like the fact of everyone came to a lot of players on the bench. Like, you saw a really good game from Jonathan Kuminga. His offense was good. His energy, his athleticism was important when we talk about, of course, getting to the rim, scoring, dunking, and guarding, a Malik Monk, or getting switched on to De'Aaron Fox. And I did like how Golden State was able to play, as a team, was able to play defense. Their defense, the way they were able to switch and communicate, it looked like, it kind of looked like the Golden State that we're used to as far as just their defensive pressure. And I like the fact that you were able to do that without Draymond Green. But that's kind of, and of course they got the win. That's the most important thing. They got the win. And I do think that after watching that and seeing that Gary Payton II probably will come back next game, and of course Draymond Green will be back next game, I do believe that they will go back to Sacramento with a tied series, I believe. And I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't really have faith in Golden State in game 3. You can ask anybody. I just had a strong feeling they were going to lose just because of how they struggled defensively. And that was probably their biggest issue, is they struggled defensively in Sacramento, even though we know Golden State's away record. But I just didn't think that I didn't know if they were going to be able to really slow down Sacramento without Draymond Green. But there were things that I saw in game 3 that I did not like. And that, honestly, Sacramento could and probably should. I'm not going to say they should have won the game, but they could have made it a lot closer. First and foremost, I don't know how many wide open threes they missed. The Sacramento Kings missed. When I mean, they missed wide open threes. And wide open threes in big spots too, big moments, momentum killing moments. I don't know if it could be because, as we know, younger teams and teams that aren't as buttoned up as they should be don't play as good on the road. Now, The Kings, I think, have one of the best road records in the league. However, as we know, there's a difference between a regular season road game and a playoff road game. And I just felt the press. They kind of felt the pressure. And once you're at Chase Center and you feel the crowd is all against you and it's loud and you got Steph Curry hitting bombs, it's tough for any young team. And the Kings are one of the youngest teams in the league. But I didn't like the fact that the Kings continue. And I do like that their offensive, they were moving the ball and everything, but they missed wide open shots. And on top of that, Sabonis missed a bunch of shots at the rim. Malik Monk, I think, was like 1 for 10. Now, I knew that they were shooting like 56% from the field at home. I knew that wasn't going to carry to the off or carry to once they went to Golden State. But there was a lot of shots they could have made. And if they would have made, it probably would have been a very different game. On top of that, this is yet another game where Jordan Poole did not play good. In fact, let me see what Jordan Poole had. Jordan Poole has struggled mightily. He's averaging 13 points this series. Jordan Poole had 16 points, shot 14% from the three-point line, had 4 assists, 3 steals, 2 personal fouls, one turnover. Jordan Poole shot 14%. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 14% from 3. After going 0% from 3, game 3 or game 1. Or no, game 2. I'm sorry. He had 4 points in game 2. Wow. He shot 14% from the field in game 2. And on top of that, if we're gonna be, I like him as a player. I love the comeback story. But Klay Thompson, you know what I say about Klay Thompson? Here's the honest to God truth about Klay Thompson shots, and it's about Steph Curry shots as well, but especially Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson shots, if they go in, they're good shots. But Klay Thompson has some momentum-killing shots that he misses. What I'm saying is this. Shouts out to Golden State. And Golden State, handled business in Game 3. And I think that, Draymond Green coming back, Gary Payton II hopefully coming back, Game 4, they'll be able to tie the series. And hopefully they'll have momentum enough to go win in Sacramento, because if you look at Sacramento, they've been close games. Game 1, 126 to 123. Game 2, 114 to 106. But there's a reason why there's such a huge discrepancy in the plus minus when Steph Curry is on the bench and when he's not on the bench. It's been like that all season, but it's been bigger in the playoffs or this first round. If Jordan Poole is good for one or two of those games where he just goes off. And I think because he's so limited off or defensively, they need his offensive firepower, especially coming off the bench. I understand Jordan Poole got his bag, essentially. And I understand that he probably feels he should be in the starting lineup. As we see, because by his plus minuses when he's in the starting lineup and when he comes off the bench is drastically different. He is a completely different player in the starting lineup. So he probably feels to himself that he deserves to be in the starting lineup. But here's my thing. You're not. Who are you going to start over? You think, I understand Andrew Wiggins missed time, but Andrew Wiggins is, especially for this series, Andrew Wiggins is a better defender, much better defender. So do you think you're going to start over Steph Curry? Do you think you're going to start over Klay Thompson? Who do you think you're supposed to start over? Draymond Green? What I'm saying is you have to know your role and you have to live in your role. I'm sure Dante DiVincenzo probably thinks he deserves more minutes. I'm sure Jonathan Kuminga, especially with Andrew Wiggins not being there the last 2 months of the season, he probably thinks he deserves more time. But you're not. You don't have it right now. So Golden State is going to need Golden State. The last thing you want to do is lose. You need to win Game 4. I still think, even though I I like Golden State, of course, I like Steph Curry and everything. I believe, and I'm going to stick by it, even if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I believe I said whoever won Game 2 was going to win the series, and the Kings won Game 2. So I think the Kings are probably still going to win the series unless they just get destroyed in Game 4. If Draymond Green comes back in, Golden State has all the momentum going into Game 5, then that's going to be tough. But I do know that they're going to need Jordan Poole to get it together for real, because if not, it's going to be a quick exit for Golden. It's gonna be tough. Oh man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.